Hi, I'm Alaine Shrewsbury. My business is Green Heart Bakery. I've been vegan almost 24 years, and in Los Angeles, I started the first vegan bakery back in 1993. We were vegan, whole grain, wheat-free, no refined sugar, no added fat. Now I'm living here in Tucson, and I'm cooking up things for people here. So today, we're going to make vegan pizza. This is always a big crowd pleaser, and this is a recipe I've been making over 20 years. So to start off, we're going to make vegan sausage. This has become very popular the last few years, and it's really fun when you see how easy it is to do in your own kitchen. First, we take a half a can of pinto beans. You can, of course, use beans that you've cooked. These I got in a can. I always rinse them out first. I've pre-measured these. I put them in the food processor, and I'm just going to pulse until they're a coarse grate. We're just looking for a coarse grate. We're not trying to puree them. So I've taken a tablespoon of whole fennel seeds, and if you have a mortar and pestle, you can break them up by hand. And this is what really gives that super yummy sausage flavor to what we're making. I'm using a little coffee grinder. Now we are going to put the fennel in a bowl, and with it we will mix the other spices that go in this recipe. So there is a teaspoon of rubbed sage. I've pre-measured that. There's a teaspoon of the granulated onion powder. There's a teaspoon of the granulated garlic powder. And then a quarter teaspoon of dried thyme. I almost said sage, dried thyme. And also a quarter teaspoon of chili powder. Now we're going to take a little bit bigger bowl. Now we can go back to our beans that we broke up in the food processor. There are the beans. There are the spices that we've already mixed. So we'll mix that together just a little bit. Now that we have the beans and the spices mixed together, we're going to add a quarter cup of TVP, which is texturized vegetable protein. You may be familiar with it. It's made from a defatted soy flour, and it has, of course, protein and lots of amino acids in it. So we add that quarter cup, then we add a cup of oat flour. This is whole grain oat flour. And then a quarter cup of the nutritional yeast, which you're probably familiar with. This you can buy in bulk at natural food stores. Then 2 tablespoons of tamari or soy sauce. I prefer the tamari because it's a reduced sodium. This particular one is also happens to be gluten-free, meaning there's no wheat in it. Some people don't know that soy sauce is typically made with wheat. So we add that, and then we're going to add a half cup of water. Now we are going to mix this up. I want to make sure that it's a really, getting mixed good. We don't want any air bubbles. We want the herbs and spices distributed all the way through. I have pre-torn 4 pieces of aluminum foil, and this is going to be the sausage casing. All we're doing, I'm just kind of eyeballing the mixture, so I'm thinking that I'm dividing this into 4 fairly equal parts. So now I just roll that up and I twist the ends like a Tootsie Roll. And then I can kind of go like that. See, ta-da, and that's going to be a sausage. Now that we have our little 4 sausages shaped, now we steam them for 40 minutes. And so you can, you would put them in a steamer basket. I'm sure you know how to steam. Put some water in the bottom of the pot, put this in. You steam them with the lid on to keep that steam in there. Of course, that all happens on the stove. So, as it turns out, Ta-da! These are already steamed. See here, as the contents expanded during the 40 minutes of steaming, the aluminum foil separated. We've got a little leakage here, but that's completely fine. So there's no need to panic about that. This is our finished product here of our sausage that we will slice and put on our pizza.